Hi everyone, this is Fides Television, reaching you live on Fides Media. I am Dennis Joy, your host. I welcome you specially to the February edition of Fides Family and Society. As we all know that the month of February is a season of love where we celebrate the most remarkable Valentine's Day. Subsequently, we will be having relationship talk series. And in that regard, the topic for today is red flags in a relationship, fight or flight. In other words, this implies that when you are faced with certain red flags in your relationship, do you stay or run away? Do you make up or break up? To dissect on the topic of today, I have two amazing personalities with me on the show today. For the sake of the lady first tradition, I will start off by reintroducing Miss Funke Ibrahim. Hello, Miss Funke Ibrahim. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
We also have another wonderful guest with us on the show today. He is a creative photographer, an event organizer, and of course, a man of wise words. His name is Mr. Amos Yakubu, aka Wise. Hello, Mr. Wise. It's a pleasure having you on the show today.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Let's have a breather, and when we return, we will dive into some thought-provoking questions on the topic, red flags in a relationship, flight or fight. Don't go too far. We will be right back shortly. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We are still on the topic, red flags in a relationship, fight or flight. And we still have our amazing guest with us here on the show. Now, let me begin with Miss Funke Ibrahim. What do you understand by red flag in a relationship?
Thank you. First of all, I would say what red flags means to me is just this disadvantage of not seeing what you want in your relationship from your partner. You understand? We all have expectation, both male and female, and not on that high expectation, but the limited expectation that you expect from your partner. If you're not having it, or you're not seeing it, or you see what you don't even expect, it's a red flag. So it's now for you to now determine, okay, can I work with this, or I should just back off?
Thank you very much. So it implies that from a general perspective, that attribute might not be bad, but it's because it doesn't match your personal principle, like what you want. That is what makes it a red flag. But someone else might see it and not categorize it as a red flag. Thank you very much for that insight, Ms. Funke. So over to Mr. Wise. What is your general understanding of red flag?
All right. Thank you very much. For me, I see red flags as those undesirable elements, features, characteristics that you find in a partner that are not needed. Yes, it's either they are there or you discover them as time passes by. But the general underlining word here is that they are not needed or you are not pleased, to associate with such characters.
All right, thank you very much. So looking at the society today, what are those common types of red flags that are prevalent in the society? Those red flags that are so glaring that you see and like, no, this is a big turn off. I'll start with Mr. Wise.
All right. For me, you see, the thing with red flags is that it's personal.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
So red flags are not generalized. It's not something you cannot say these are the list of what red flags. Okay, you can't say that because what is red flag to you might not be red flag to me, because individual preference, cultural differences, and all of those things matters a lot. But I think if we're talking about on a general note, where people complain about red flags in people, and I mean in opposite, in your partner rather, you hear stuff like somebody who talks about not smelling nice, like that is generally known as body odor and stuff, and some certain character. But for me personally, I will redefine red flag to be in my own,
your own term.
My own term. I will redefine red flag to be lack of vision. So when I sense a lack of vision in my partner, that automatically becomes a red flag, because this lack of vision houses every other element that are very, very fundamental to a growing relationship, as the case may be.
Thank you very much. So, Ms. Funke, what are the common types of red flags that are prevalent in the society today?
Yeah, thank you. To me, what I've seen in the society so far, and I see that basically it causes breakage in a relationship. One is your personal character.
Okay.
Yes, what you are used to, all from your family background and everything. That is something that is part of you, and you both coming together are not from the same family. Exactly. So definitely character-wise, it will be different. That's one. Two, parents, decisions of you're not going to marry tribe.
Okay.
Yeah, parents consider about tribe. You cannot marry from this tribe, this and that. And lastly, I would say friends. So these are the basic things I've seen that causes issues in a relationship.
So is there any particular type of red flag that resonates with you personally that you see, and even at a distance? It is one thing for you to see someone at a distance and know that, with what I'm seeing, I think that one is always centered on physical appearance most times.
Yeah.
What you are seeing, and you'll be like, no, this is a turn off.
Yeah.
And then there's the one whereby you, at the point of getting into a relationship with that person, you did not see anything. It was all rosy. The whole love blinded your eyes, and you were already seeing perfection. And then when you get into the relationship, eventually you notice that all the red flags start coming up. So
shooting from different,
like from the I must say.
Exactly.
Right?
So what are those types
to me,
that
I can actually deal with my partner's character. I will know how to handle it. I will know how to talk to him. But the red flag I will ever run for is when it comes to parents. You take me to your mom, or I speak with your mom on phone, and the next thing is you are from where? I'm Yoruba, I'm Hausa, and they're like, no, you cannot go with no matter how the love is, I'm not going to continue. You understand?
Yeah.
No matter how the love is. The truth is, I've tried to build a relationship, and even when the mom was like, because of my tribe, you cannot you cannot marry each other, and the guy, my partner, was telling me that, okay, don't worry, I'm the one that will marry you, my mom will not marry you. You understand? I was like, okay, I will not sit, I will do everything. So I channel all my power, energy to invest into that relationship with my partner, and we now sideline the family, not knowing that at the end of the day, we are, after sweeping from the east, north, we are coming back to pack it in front of the family. So at the end of the day, it does not work. You understand? So at the end of the day, like, they don't want me. And after nursing the relationship for years, it's collapsed. And another red flag I will see in any relationship is friends. One, friends is let me say 60%. Parents is 100%. If the family of your partner love you, they will not allow friends to come in, because even if friend want to come in between both of you, the family will tell you, the mother will tell you that she's going nowhere, you are the one that nowhere. But another thing is friends. They will just sit down, have a gathering, and start discussing. And at the end of the day, you now be like, let me implies it on, this might be funny, but I witnessed someone that the partner was saying, you should call me brother. Like two lovers, you can't call me name, you can't call me babe, you have to call me bro, so. You understand? Yeah. And the guy came back home and was telling the babe, like, you can't call me name anymore. So friend of mine, his babe is calling him brother. You understand? So friends are also red flag that I will see and pack my shoes.
But sorry, let me come in a little bit.
All right.
And in respect to the family home you're talking
Okay,
about,
okay, yes.
Yeah, in respect to the mom you're talking about, I think you know some parents won't just come up and say my son or my daughter won't marry from this tribe. There have to be a reason. Yeah. So I think when a guy should come up, a lady should come up and say my mom or my dad say I can't marry from this tribe, I think it's our duty as the partner to that person to ask why. And then having discovered why, you will have to take a step, a deliberate effort at that to know why, and having known that, to know how to navigate your way through it, to let them know that which they have encountered with somebody else is not applicable to me. Though I am from that tribe, but I do not possess those characteristics that person might have, displayed to you that makes you to hate. So I think as a lady or a guy, you have your own role to play when that kind of scenario come up. I don't know.
Yeah, he's actually right. Me, I was thinking it's not a bad thing for him to tell me that, okay, go to my parents, take these things to my parents on Friday and come back on Sunday. That short period of time that we spend with them is to create bond, you understand, and to show my character. I know that, one day you cannot know somebody's character one day, but if it continues that way, it can change their perspective. You understand, concerning that. But the fact that tribal, majority of our parents did not really have issue one-on-one concerning tribal, but because maybe they have family friend that their son married from another tribe and that one is wicked, or they have a neighbor that is from one tribe and is wicked, they will just judge based on anybody that comes from that particular place is wicked or is dirty, or whatsoever reason they've seen from that person. And that's how it is. If they are good, if I'm an Hausa person and maybe they live with me as a neighbor or anything and I'm a Hausa person, no matter how Hausa people are bad, they will judge like Hausa is very good because of one person that they've come encounter with. Yes.
All right. It's okay.
Thank you very much. So I would like to move over to the key question of today's show. When faced with red flags in your relationship, I'm personalizing it this time, in your relationship, do you stay behind to fight or you take a flight off? The moment, like I said, most times you might start off the relationship and everything is rosy. The moment you start to sense red flags, what would be your stance? Would you stay behind, fix things with the hope that, of course, he or she is just unleashing one or two with time, or you will run away? So I would like to start from Mr. Wise.
All right. I think it's very, very sacrosanct to understand that nobody is perfect. All right? Nobody is perfect. So long as you didn't see it at the point of contact with that particular partner of yours, and then you discover that these things are start coming up, start building, I think it's your responsibility, all right, to call the person to order. This and this you are doing, this and this I have discovered, and I think it's not helping out. And I think you can only think of the syndrome of Japarin to say when the person have refused to listen. Because it's one thing to you to discover something and then make a correction, and then it's another thing for the person to listen or still continue. So when you discover that it persists, when you want to take a drug, you take drug, you're not feeling well, and it's okay. Haven't taken for some time. If this symptoms still persist, you see your doctor. If this one persists, since you are the one that knows yourself and what you can take, I think you can.
Okay, so what's your stance? You would rather wait behind to fix things?
You wait to fix things.
Okay.
But if it's not working,
you use the other way around. So how about you, Miss Funke? What's your opinion?
Once upon a time, I'm a lover girl.
Ah, okay.
All right.
I was a lover girl.
Okay.
So then I'm this kind of person that even if it is outside relationship, once I like you, I like you. And there's nothing you will do to me that I will take too extreme. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not like it will not hurt me, but I will not take it too extreme because I believe that nobody is perfect.
Okay.
I can also make a mistake. So on the other hand is if I'm seeing any red flag that is mainly from your own personal being, your character, attitude, I will just list it out to you, spell it out to you. Okay, this you have been doing it, I don't like it. Is there any way you can make an adjustment?
Like a form of character check?
Yes,
Right.
exactly. So I hardly say goodbye because once I say goodbye, there's nothing that can bring me back to that area anymore. So that's just it. I will stay. If I'm seeing a red flag in my relationship, in my partner, I will definitely stay to see if I can try my best to work it out. Because an adage says, you're cooking and this firewood is bringing too much smoke, you remove it. Another one is bringing too much smoke, you remove it. When will the food get done? You understand? So I will just try my best. It's a relationship, it's a courting section, like where you get to know each other. What if you have gotten married to the person and you are just saying that, will you now pack out? You just have to see if you can, you know, keep trying your best and make things work out. And you don't just do it with just your mere power. There are some that it will take you to pray, you know, talk to God to convince him through his sleep, through revelation. And there are some that you have to talk things out without third party.
Thank you very much. So I just might be digressing a little bit.
Okay.
Due to the prevalence of red flags in the society, I would like to ask, is it possible to get or to establish a meaningful relationship with someone you meet online? Because most times we've heard of online dating websites, matchmaking, where based on the picture, you hear stuff like what I ordered versus what I got. She's looking way prettier, is looking so posh and handsome, and then you get deceived by what you've seen, only for you to now meet the person in person, and then is totally different from. So do you think the social media space is helping to build or ruin relationship, or do you actually think that you can establish a meaningful relationship with someone you met online? So I'll start from Mr. Wise.
Okay. Personally, I think depends on how you get to meet the person.
Okay.
On the social media handle, and it depends on to what extent you want to take in that particular relationship with that person. Because we've seen a lot of persons who met on social media and it ended well.
Yeah.
And then we've seen some others who, at the end of the day, it was brutal. Like, you know, you feel like the whole social media thing is a scam, you know?
Yes.
But then we've seen somebody, at least I know of few persons who actually, you know, they met
our
online.
Celebrities.
Yeah, they met online,
and
then the relationship, everything, at the end of the day, they ended in. And I know some who up till now, they are married till now, they've had a lot of children. So it depends on how you can handle it. But I think when you see somebody online, and before you go deep into whatever you want to do with that person, you get to meet the person physical, wherever the person is. So yeah, you get, because it's funny. This whole technology has helped a lot. You see somebody who is very, very, very tall. I mean,
beautiful, catchy, handsome.
And what I mean by tall now is like this.
Oh.
But there's the way they'll snap you, and then you are just
it will not be obvious. Yes.
And then you see the person like,
are you sure you're the one?
Really the one I saw? So I think if you want to get into anything serious with anybody, so long as you meet the person online, you have to find a means of meeting yourself physical before you don't just be lost out there before you.
But do you think you should meet the person before setting out your motives, or your motives should come in handy before meeting the person.
I don't even think it's best for you to meet somebody online and the next thing you're talking about a relationship. It's wrong.
Really?
Yeah, you should just meet somebody. Don't be that desperate. If I meet you online, we are friends, right?
Yes.
We talk more. So, but there's the way this friendship
run,
will go to, an extent which this friendship will get to, and they'll be like, okay, can we, meet? Where do you stay? By then, you know where you stay. You know where I stay. You know where we both stay, and then you know what you are doing. Like, okay, so can you find time that out of, you come down and then we meet and all of that. So you meet from there, you are still in the stage of friendship. But you don't just meet somebody online and then boom. But after you see the person, you're like, okay, this person is tall online and is tall physical. This person is fair online, is fair physical. This person, and then,
ironically.
Okay, yes. So now let's get talking. So that's my take anyway.
So how about you, Ms. Funke? Do you see a relationship working out from the virtual space?
Exactly. From my own perspective, I believe those that find love online are rich people. Two poor people cannot find love online and you expect it to last.
Why is that? Why is that?
No, from the experience, majority of people that I've seen that find love online, definitely the both of them will be rich, or the male will be rich and the lady will be, his financial stability will be on average. Yes, exactly. So that's just it. And it works out when their financial stability is okay. Just like what he said earlier, you don't just, except maybe you go on that platform or find love. That's when you get there and okay, you already have the motive that okay, this platform is for love. Coming here, I don't have to come and be wasting time. That what's the name of your father? Where are you from? The first thing is what you come for, you focus on it. But if you meet on other social media platform and you start talking, at least the communication should get to one level and you will see that okay, this person is the person I communicate with at least 6 times in a day, than others. When you communicate to some people maybe twice, 3 times in a week, but this particular person is someone that I communicate with often. At the end of the day, you can now chip in, oh, do you know I like you, the way we talk and everything. So from there, you can demand for video call, at least to see that it's not what I order versus what I get. You understand? So
even video calls most times might be deceptive.
Okay, they might do makeup or use a filter.
You have to see life and direct.
You don't talk about video call. Come here.
Let me see you physically.
Exactly. Okay, what if the person is not in the States with you?
Which state?
Why
people live another country?
Yes, going to that extent.
About, and then lifetime. Somebody is you prefer not to, get to dig down where somebody is staying because it's far than for you to get the wrong person. What I order versus what I get for the rest of your life.
Living with the hope that you meet, then you get disappointed at a very wrong time.
At a very long time where you've gone deep and
so I think you should
travel.
But that platform of that love platform, like find your partner on that kind of platform, you are going straight to the point. There's no time to start doing long epistle. Then even at that particular time, you still have to request for the person like a physical appearance.
Yeah.
You understand? So the only thing I see is you can just hang around any program that might be coming around that place. You understand? Maybe there's a show or anything that can say, okay, this program will be coming so day. At least let's meet there and we see and talk. I think.
But then I'm perplexed about this whole thing.
All right.
At meeting going online in search of a wife or a husband. I don't know. You see, I asked Ms. Joy Dennis, I asked, it is becoming something of concern because I don't know what has happened to the people around you. You see that you lock yourself inside the house for years, you don't socialize, you don't meet people, you don't go for your place of worship, you don't see people, you don't go to the market, you don't see anybody. Are you an island on your own that I think you just wake up and you think you find somebody?
Well, first off, I think it's coming from the side of desperation and probably eye tastes. You have seen this person around you to be someone that, okay, has the basic qualities, but you are looking up to someone better because, I used to say that the social media is a deceptive space where everyone that comes around would only portray the bright side of them. So you won't even know what they are going through in depthly. So I think all of that might come up from the space of desperation. The moments when you were supposed to do these things, you were relaxed and pursuing my career. So out of that desperation, the push, you just want to resort to anybody, like, and then I taste. I want this. I want class. I want class. I want class.
I think if you go for a high test, congratulations if you get what I ordered.
Yes, that is what you earn.
I think this is where we now calling for a balancing in life. You cannot be focused on your career alone. You have to, embrace other part of life, other activities of life, so that at the end of the day, you are not done pursuing that particular career of yours, and when you are done with it, you are back to square one.
Yes.
So that's why you have somebody who is very good at a particular thing, and then at other aspects of life is an apology, and that is unacceptable. So I think in all, we just have to incorporate the habit of balancing. Take here, take there.
You should have idea on some other aspects.
You don't need to know everything.
Yeah, but you have an idea.
Have an idea in everything.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. So on a final basis, observably, I see that we are both on the standpoint of staying behind to manage and fix things. And coming from Mr. Y's perspective, if you know you are investing so much in this person and the person is not reciprocating, that is when you take the other part.
You flee, yeah.
So based on that, in that regard, I would like to ask us, how can we manage red flags? Since we are there to fix things, we won't just see it and flee. So the moment you are staying there, what are those things that you do to manage the red flag? I'll start from Mr. Wise.
Well, to me, it's very, very simple.
All right.
Very simple. If you think this person is worth going into a relationship with, if it's worth spending your time with, I think it is very, very fundamental that you take your time. You understand? You take your time to sit down with the person when you discover that some things are not going right. This, and this are not going well. I want us to take this to the next stage. That's why I'm making these corrections. You understand?
Yeah.
So you sit down with the person, call upon the person, and talk as it is. Don't paint it. If it's A, say A. Don't say B or go. You're trying to polish it. I don't want to offend you. No, say it the way it is. If the person like it, if the person really want to take correction, the person will stick to it and improve his or herself. But if the person is not willing to, then don't stress yourself, because this life is short and there are many persons out there that don't even have a partner.
Yeah.
So why investing and wasting your time on somebody who is not ready to make an amendment, make a change? Move. When you make correction, the person is not serious, move over, and the life is short. Enjoy the life as it's short before you go meet your father in heaven. So
thank you very much, Mr. Wise. Like I said, he's a man of rich and wise words. So over to Ms. Funke Ibrahim. How can we manage red flags in a relationship?
Number one, I think understanding. You have to understand your partner. Yeah, you have to understand them. Then another thing is that let me use myself as an example. I cannot manage as a red flag. Number one is the parents. Once the parents said no, from my own end is end. No and end. I will not even try to say I want to fix no. I won't. You understand? But if it is him, I know if I'm not, maybe the red flag I'm seeing is friend, I will look at it. What exactly is making his friend to have his attention? Some men like games, PS4 games. Yeah. Some men like news. And maybe when my guy wants to listen to news, that's when I want to watch Telemundo or all this kind of
African magic.
Exactly. I have to fall in love to what he loves to do.
Exactly.
Yes. Or maybe he loves football. I can remember I have to fall in love with football.
Really?
Yes, I fall in love with football because of the relationship. And at the end of the day, the new person I'm into now did not even like game. But when they are talking of outing, I'm an introvert. I actually don't go out. But it's an outing person. So I'll just feel like, oh, where are you going? Okay, let's go together. You just have to fall in love with, he's a red flag, but you just have to say, okay, this kind of person is used to this. He loves to watch ball.
Yeah.
You understand? It doesn't matter if you say, okay, you want to go and watch ball, let's go together. You understand? It's not a big deal. You go together, you sit together, watch ball, gist, go out, talk. It is even when you are talking, you get to know some things about him that you have not even known, that him himself has not even bring out. When you go to the ball house, you know how he talks to his friends. And you'll be able to correct it, that if you can talk to your friend like this, one day you and I will have yes, and you will do this, please work on it, adjust it. That's just it. So I think that's another way I can use to manage red flag. Fall in love with whatsoever I think, okay, this is, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Watching news or watching ball, games, going out, exercise. In fact, there are some guys that they fall in love with gym. And their woman will just want to eat shawarma and everything. After eating shawarma in the evening, in the morning when he's going, follow him. Even if you cannot run, be jogging or be jumping in one space. After, oh, are you tired? Yes, he's sweating. Take Anki. You know, you go home. You look for just understanding and fall in love with things that you know that, okay, this is what I see that is bringing a bridge between us. So.
Thank you very much. On a final note, I would like to ask if we have any questions or contributions as regards to today's topic.
Yeah, I have a question to my audience.
Okay.
And I would like them to drop their own
comments. Exactly.
Yes. To my audience, I'm waiting for your response under the comment section. Should a relationship be built on financial stability? And how do you manage red flags in your relationship?
All right. Also to add, I think it will be a balanced world if you can share your ideas with us. I know you have your experiences, all right? So whatever we have to tell you now are just one out of many, all right? And you have yours. So it will be good, you understand, for us to hear from, and a lot of persons will be coming to check one or two things here. So learning from whatever you drop will be of, you know, a great impact to many persons out there. So
exactly.
We'll be waiting for your response, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is no doubt that we have had an insightful moment on today's episode, speaking on the topic, red flags in a relationship, fight or flight. I'm sure you learned so much from today's episode. Remember that you have the choice to either stay or run away if you sense any form of red flag in your relationship. There is no perfect relationship out there. If you think you have all it takes to handle the red flags, then of course you can go ahead. And if it's the other way around, please do not hesitate to flee. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles and do well to share your thoughts, opinions, and of course the questions that my guests raised today on all our social media handles as showcased on your screen. Still on the relationship series, anticipate our next episode coming your way soon. I remain your host, Dennis Joy, and together with my guests, we wish you a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.